Today, I want to challenge your perspective about artificial intelligence. You may have already heard though that AI is everywhere. When you scroll through your Instagram, AI decides what you see. When you walk into some bank and ask for a loan, AI algorithm decide whether you deserve it or not. Some companies even use AI to decide who to hire. But what you may not have heard though is that you can be a part in this revolution. My name is Ritik Chopra, and I'm glad to be present here in the city of joy, Kolkata, presenting you with my topic, Artificial Intelligence and Future of Accounting Profession. To begin with, let us ponder upon and answer the most asked question in this era of technology. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence refers to a system that mimics human intelligence to perform tasks. In simple words, it uses the data and analyzes and finds out correlation and patterns to form future predictions. A very basic example of artificial intelligence would include Siri, Alexa, self-driven cars. Even your Netflix recommendations are based on AI. But now, let us address the elephant in the room. Why do we even care about artificial intelligence? We are not IT professionals. To make you understand this, let me show you the data analysis of volume of data. Until 1900, data was doubling every 100 years. After World War II, data started doubling every 25 years. But in this current scenario of technology, data is doubling every 13 months. And it is needless to say that with such an exponential increase in data, we won't be able to check and detect each and every transaction. So here comes into the play the AI tools, which will help to do our work more effectively and efficiently. So now let me start with describing about AI and accounting and the relationship between them. AI in accounting will help to do data input automation. See, most of the accounting data task is to do data input and the review. With the help of optical character recognition and NLP technology, we would be able to do this task more effectively. I will tell you in such a way that the computers will actually be able to read the documents, contracts, and the invoices, and will find out the rupee amount, and then they will transfer it to the correct account as well. So the task of an accountant would be so much eased up after this. Also, AI would be able to help us in doing invoice due time calculation of our contractors as well. So taking my next step forward is AI's impact on auditing. Here I would like to ask you a question. How many of you during your articleship have gone through thousands of bills while doing vouching? A scary memory, right? But what if I tell you that the same task could have been done in a matter of few minutes with the help of artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence will help to do better data analysis through data segregation, which will in turn help us to do better fraud detection on timely basis with less human error. While researching for this topic, I came forward with a fabulous case study about AI's potential in auditing. In the year 2018, PwC came up with the concept of doing audit of a coal reserve using AI-powered drone cameras, in which they found out that the pictures taken by the drone cameras were used to create a digital twin of the coal pile. And the coal pile images were used to form for the calculation of volume of data. And you would be surprised to know that the volume of data was calculated with 99% accuracy. And this is just the beginning. This technology can be used in various other fields as well. For example, asset verification in stock audits of livestock and shipping business as well. So when are we talking about CA profession, how can we miss taxation? AI technology is also being used in the taxation process as well to find things and places of potential fraud. People say that compliance of tax is sometimes more painful than actually paying the tax. So some people avoid both of them. In a country like India, which has such a huge population, we can't just rely on the traditional methods. And keeping this view in the mind, the income tax department has came up with the project Insight, in which The income tax department is actually checking out your social media profile. Yes, you heard it right. In simple words, depending on your social media profiles and your purchasing history on internet, they will find out the discrepancies between your documented earning and your actual spending. And this will help to find out the places where people were not able to declare their income. For example, let me tell you about the case of Kanpur. The income tax department used the similar technology to find out that 250, yes, you heard it right, 250 of the street vendors were actually millionaires. They were evading tax for many years. So when we talk about CA profession, how can we miss business consultancy, as it is one of the core field as well? And using artificial intelligence technology with data analytics, we would be able to have deeper insights in the abundant financial data of our client, so that we would be able to come up with a better decision-making strategy for our client, better profit-making strategy for our client. And keeping this thing in mind, KPMG has come up with the software known as KPMG Ignite, which will help to use the data analytics to perform enhanced business decision making. So now let me take a pause here, because the question of the hour is AI going to replace us? Is it the end of our profession? Well, in my opinion, we humans are not just restricted to the information provided to us. We think beyond it. And that is where the process and the concept of professional skepticism comes into the play, as we do not blindly rely on the information provided to us. So the question that an algorithm will take away our jobs like this is not relevant now. But in my conclusion, I would like to say that instead of being a victim of technophobia, let us work in harmony with the technology and reap the fruitful results. CAs need to buckle up their perception game of AI competence, or else they will lose their business to someone who has a better friend to provide to the table. Because you cannot think of today's job and what technology does to that. You must think of tomorrow's job and where technology meets that. If data is the new oil, data analytics is the combustion engine, and the artificial intelligence is the steering wheel, then we must be the drivers of this revolution. Thank you and have a nice day.